could you introduce yourself and your company?
My name is John Grant. I am area manager for the UK, for UK and Ireland for Wartsila Marine business, which incorporates ship design, supply of electrical and mechanical solutions, integrated packages, all types of machinery for new build equipment of any type.
And could you quickly touch on the new jack-up technology that you've got in your
in response to the growing market for renewables 5 years ago, Wärtsilä, after having acquired some ship design businesses, developed the activities of one specialist designer, Shiftco at the time, now Wärtsilä Ship Design, to develop and introduce a high-performance wind turbine installation vessel, the purpose of which was to operate in up to 50-metre water depth with a more efficient fuel economy, lower emission, but also a quicker install rate, turnaround rate for the installation work, and a much broader weather window of operation over 6 months of the year, which would be, say, a marked improvement on the existing vessels in the fleet.
So could you tell us a little bit more about the novel jack-up design that Wartsila have created?
Okay, yes. We have done several designs for vessels for different companies in Europe, and from the projects we try to condense what we can learn for future designs. And there were 3 areas that we identified where we could do improvement. The one and the most important, number one and the most important, is to be able to work throughout the year, even in bad weather in the winter time. And for that we needed a good jack-up system for the installation of offshore wind turbine that is able to work in high waves and in high wind conditions where the vessel moves. And for that we needed basically 2 features in the design. One is a strong leg type, which is, as we know from the oil and gas business, is a truss type leg, which you can see here. It is a truss with 3 cords. And also we wanted a robust jacking system. And the more robust jacking system is hydraulic, as opposed to what is in the market now, which is rack and pinion. So rack and pinion is electric type with pinions and a rack, whereas the hydraulic system is more flexible and regarding the maintenance has better can be done under much more rough conditions and so on. So what we've done, we have partnered with a company that is already active in the offshore business, which is Arca Solutions. And they know how to deal with hydraulics offshore. So we employed them to develop for us this jacking system.
So could you tell us who your main clients will be and where you're due to sell this boat?
Our main clients, we think, will be big utility companies that would like to sell energy, big wind farm operators, investment companies maybe. And there are 3 things that you need. One is shallow water. One is a demand for energy, high densely populated areas close to the ocean, and you need shallow water depth, and that is Far East, China, Japan, Northern Europe, and the US East Coast. So these are the 3 areas and the customers that we are looking at.
So could you tell us where you think the technology is going in the next 5 years or so?
In respect of the HPTIV design that's been developed, I mean, the overall parameters of the design are more or less fixed in terms of water depth and so on, but I feel there'll be a move towards greener technologies with respect to engine emission, perhaps the adoption of LNG as a marine fuel, as there has been in other parts of the offshore sector, predominantly the service sector for platform supply vessels, anchor handlers and smaller coastal vessels.
And so what do Wartsila now need now for their shipbuilding?
Well, within the renewable sector, I think probably in Northern Europe we need a bit more political willpower to make all the projects happen that are in development. That's one aspect of it. But secondly, emissions legislation enforcement has been on schedule up until now, but there are now some discussions with IMO last week whereby some of the legislation might be deferred for a further 5-year period, all of which will not encourage the adoption of cleaner fuels. So I think regulation and local government support of the projects is what's required.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you.